I'm called Rubagumya Roland, working with HI as the APEAL project manager. APEAL project has been ongoing since June 2020 in a consortium basis with other 8 partners. CARE is the lead agency. We also have WOMENA, IRC, we have TPO, we have Child Holland, we have Uganda Law Society as also one of the partners. APEAL project has been serving people with disabilities and people with psychological distresses. So in serving these beneficiaries, we have had significant changes in their lives, and so we shall be interacting with a number of them as they narrate their stories of how they were before they received services from HI, what HI did in terms of providing these services, and what their current conditions are.
Amazina nitwa Onete Furaha, nkaba ntuye mu bloka ya 8, imyaka nkaba mfite 35, village ya Mombasa. Kondisio yangu nilikuwa mtu wa kujiua. Sina maisha ya kuonelea watoto wangu, naona kuishi kwangu hakuko. Na watoto manake siwajalie. Make yangu ilikuwa kutegemea keni kwa mtu wa kukufa. Kabla nilikuwa sijajua HI. Kwa sijue kunawa, sijue kuvala nguo kama wengine. Kwa mtu tu simple mwiko pale. Nilibambia nilifaa kitu ya nguvu, nilitumia pombe, nikufa hata na pombe sikukufa. Nilifanya mambo yenye histahili juu nikufe, nilishindikana. Juu wakati nilimaliza kuelewa, nikapashwa habari, nilirogotewa na Morini.
I identified Onete Furaha through door-to-door awareness raising, and making her my client, I found out that she has psychological distresses, of which she couldn't manage anger, she had depression, she had anxiety. So after assessment, I enrolled her to the group therapy sessions, and in those sessions we cover 6 of them. In 6 weeks we talk about emotions and feelings, of which that session helped her a lot. She learned how to manage her anger, because by then she couldn't handle her children well. She could beat up her children, but through that session it helped her so much. She became a mother, she became so loving. Then from there, through managing anger, you can have something that brings happiness more, of which she identified it by herself. She said that music takes away my thoughts. I told her, please go ahead and have a radio so that you'll be listening to music and news. And by now she has it at home also. Whenever she faces such distresses, she tunes in her radio. At the end of our 6 sessions, we did graduation, and Onete was part of the graduation. But being that they take long, Onete relapsed. I again identified her when I was doing other sessions to a new enrollment. She told me, Maureen, I've gone back. Thoughts are very many, I can't control them anymore. So I had to refer Onete to a psychologist.
The beneficiary had relapsed. I received her. I did psychological assessment using different psychometric tools. Among the tools we use, we have the CAGE for substance use, the Hamilton rating scale for anxiety, the PSD5 for trauma, and then we have the PHO9 for depression. After assessing her, I saw that she had increased the psychological distress. So I enrolled her for my sessions.
We have staff in the 2 settlements of Chak and Changwali, and these staff include psychosocial workers, psychologists, and physiotherapists.
I'm called Akena George William. Here with me is a client, but Jerome, 32 years old, who present with difficulty in walking following a lower limb amputation to the right leg.
Ile wakati nilikuwa natembelea kubeki zenye zilikatika, wakati natembelea nazo distance kidogo, umo narumia mbavu na nja kwa na damu juu zilikuwa zimekatika, nimefunga na kamba. Sasa ninaongoza ku HI, bakanipatia beki nikakuwa huru, nikaanza nikatembea distance ya kwenye sikuwa nafika, nikasikia nimekuwa huru kabisa. Na nilikuwa na mafikiri ya mobaya ya kusema sasa nijiue nitoke ku dunia na niko naona genzi sina mafaa kwa hii dunia. Lakini walikuwa bakanifundisha, bakanionyesha genzi na mimi niko moto ndezi ishi ninatumika kazi sawa tu, nikasikia nimekuwa huru na mpaka sasa.
For him being a person who has mobility challenge, he was stressed, having depression, having a lot of thoughts always, because he cannot access places like market. If he wants to buy things for his family, he cannot do some of his daily activities as the household head, and this will make him to think a lot. He cannot provide for himself. After the assessment, I came up with the action plan. One was to make him understand his condition. The second one was to teach him some life skill. Also encourage him in performing some of his daily activities, of which some of the things, when he was given the assistive device, he was able to do them.
The project works with mainly refugees from Congo, and it has been a response to the influx of refugees since 2018. These Congolese refugees are in Ichaka and Changwali.
I'm Obed Mohamia. I've been working with Alice Vishweka. Alice got a stroke because of hypertension. She had very high blood pressure. After getting the stroke, she could no longer get out of her bed. She could not sit on her own. I first got an oral referral from Airlight, and then I got a written referral from IRC. So we paid a visit to Alice. We found her in her bed. She could only turn in bed. She could not sit on her own. So we assessed her and we found that the left side was very weak. She had gotten a left hemiplegia, and then she could not do any walking. So we started our exercise program. We taught her how to do some sit to stand. We did the strengthening exercises of the left upper arm and left lower leg.
Kwani mimi nilikuwa sitokake mkitanda na nilikuwa sifikake nje. Encha imenisaidia na kinga na beki na po ya kuendea ndani cho. Ya muhimu sana nilipata hii bifaa kinga, beki, po nikarudisha akili kidogo na mgulu ikaanza simama kidogo. Juu na mimi niliona kumbi na mimi ningali mtu na mimi najulikana na watu. Kwa ile nasema encha Mungu awabariki muendelee tu kunikumbuka.
Our teams have been working tirelessly to serve these people of concern, and they have tried to do their best to make sure that their lives change.
Jina langu ni November Mercy. Mimi kala chaka tu ili za zone Ndololire. Nitoka Kongo nilipigwa masasi miguu yote mbili. Sasa moja ilipata shida sana ikakatiwa. Lakini nyingine waliitunza wakatia machuma ndani. Sasa nilifika hapa nilisaidiwa kwanza, nilisikia maumivu nikaenda kwa MTI kanituma wakaniandikia wakasema niende ku TPO ndio itanisaidia. Nikapata TPO iko kwa HI, nikakutana na Dr. Obed. Kanisaidia kwanza, akaanza na massage kupunguza maumivu, kisha akanipatia mabeki.
So when he came to us, we assessed him and then we enrolled him on physiotherapy. We started an exercise program to strengthen the remaining part of the leg. And then we gave him crutches to help him to move with support. And then his limb was delivered to him. So after getting his leg, he can now walk without any support. He no longer has any pain. And then he only uses his crutches when he's walking a very long distance. He also enrolled into our PSS groups and he got psychosocial support.
Now we are trying to trace these significant change stories that our beneficiaries are able to narrate confidently, unlike before when we first met them. and so have had their lives change as a result of this APEAL project.
Here with me is Antonia, a 57 years old female who came here as a referral from Medical Team International with back pain resulting from lumbar spondylosis. On her arrival, I did assessment and I brought out a list of problems that I drew up an action plan. One of the action plan was exercise, functional exercises, muscle stimulation, manual traction, and back care exercises. On top of that, I provided assistive devices, that is a lumbrosacral corset for the back to help additional support for her back condition.
He gave me exercise to do. I'm doing it and there is improvement. Before I couldn't walk, but now I'm trying. Even coming here, I came footing at home. I try to move in the evening, doing exercise. I put my belt, I feel strong. Then I walk like 30 minutes. I come back. I sweat, but I try. Because that work assisted me too much. I am having pressure. But when I went for pressure, it have reduced because I'm doing his exercise very well. And the exercise also assisted me. The pain, I'm thinking too much, HI, because it assisted many refugees. And I asked if to do more mobilization. There are many in villages who don't know that HI is doing such things.